Hey everyone, it's Stephanie from the Well-Doing Momma, and today I'm going to share with you what I used this year for 12th grade, for our senior in high school. So I'm the mom of 8 kids, ages 19 down to 4. This is our second senior that we've had, and he is graduating at the end of the year and then going off to a college on a nice scholarship. So we have done a good job and we're happy with where he's ended up after college or after high school. My goal on my channel is to encourage moms that they can do this homeschooling thing. Large family moms especially have my heart because that's where I'm at. And along the way, it's just nice to have somebody to encourage you that you can do this and give some resources. So I've always had trouble finding reviews and opinions of high school level material. And so I'm trying to put together different reviews for high school, what we are using. We do not use our community college, or we haven't so far. We don't rule it out. Our local community college is free for homeschoolers to take classes at. However, they do their classes in quarters, so you can do, I think, 4 quarters in the year. That makes sense if it's a quarter, but they do like these super short sessions. So I think they're like 8 weeks, maybe 12 weeks. And they really just cram the information in. So you'd only take 2 classes at a time if you were doing them at the community college. So if your kid's doing some classes there and some at home, there's just a huge time commitment for those classes. Some are on campus. They have online ones. It's just never been something we've chosen to do. It does give college credit. We have instead done some CLEPing. So far, we've only done one. But our kids are online to consider a couple other CLEPing options. The college our daughter went to, most other stuff wasn't going to transfer in anyway, so I'm kind of glad we didn't, and we just focused on a really solid high school curriculum. We've done the same with our son. He will probably CLEP out of a few more classes before he gets there, out of their kind of core classes of requirement. But if he doesn't, then he'll take those and it'll be fine. One thing we have done is our kids have taken English through a Christian college not very far from here, a couple hours away, but it's an online English class they've done. So they've both done that. Actually, did my daughter do 2? She may have done 2 and then, I don't remember. She did the English class and then she did a psychology class through a different Christian college. Okay, that's what she did. So we do aim for about 7 credits a year. Our son actually only ended up with 6 credits this year, but he's graduating still with 28 credits because he had 2 in 8th grade. And he's also working 20 plus hours a week right now to save money for college. So I think getting 6 credits and working 20 hours a week is amazing. And like I said, he had other credits earlier, so this works well. But we do usually aim for it. So we start with the 4 basic classes. And I do have a video, I will try to link it below, on how I plan out our 4 years of high school. So you can kind of get an idea of how we plan it out. So the first basic is English. So he did an English comp class through a Baptist college. And these were the books he used. It was all first semester. It was a 3-credit course. So that's 1 high school credit. And these were the 2 books he used. It was an all online class that he wrote papers and edited papers, and I think built like a little website thing at the end. So that was a really great option. English is not my biggest forte as far as doing well, especially grading papers. I struggle to know how to grade them. We've used IEW, which gives kind of a more strict outline. So using a college class for either their junior or senior year has worked really well for us. We actually only paid $99 for this class. I think the books cost more than the class did. So that was a really great option for English. So for us, paying somewhere else to do at least 1 English class has been really good. So then second core is math. We started the year with Saxon calculus, and about halfway through the year, my son was only 50 lessons in. I have a video, I don't know if it'll come out before or after this, showing me unboxing Matthew C. calculus, and I talk about why we decided to switch over to this Matthew C. calculus to make sure he had all the basic fundamentals of calculus. he is actually going to be majoring in math in college. So very important that he has all the basics. There are not a lot of great calculus curriculums out there. I have looked and searched and searched. But Saxon in a lot of places is like 2 college credits, or I'm sorry, 2 years worth of calculus, like Calc A and Calc B or Calc 1 and 2. So to be able to do it all in 1 year is a lot. And even comparing it to some other calculus options, it was way more concepts covered than the other calculus curriculums. So we did switch to Matthew C. He has this test in here. Has a DVD. I don't think he's even watched this. He has the student book in his room. And then this is the test book. And so this has been a good way for him to become cemented on the calculus concepts and make sure we've gotten it all covered. I think he was pretty close to having it all covered in the Saxon book of what he would need for Calc 1. But I just thought it would be good to just double check that we have it all covered. These are falling out of here. Okay. But I'm definitely saving the DVD because we will have another child coming up who will use this. They do have an online like streaming option. I really like when I can get a hard copy personally. I like knowing I own it and I can keep using it as many times as I want, probably because we have 8 kids. So we have an external DVD drive that plugs into our computers because a couple of our computers still have DVD drives, but they're really slow computers. So this plugs in and they can use the DVDs on that. Okay, so that's those 2. Then science. This year for science, he is doing physics. I actually am teaching this at our co-op with him and 2 of his friends. And so that is, in my opinion, a really great way to do science is to find a few friends to do it with. It really helps with doing the test and the accountability if you have somebody else around that you're doing it with. So I really like doing this. Even when we weren't doing a co-op, I would often on our Facebook, your homeschool Facebook group, be like, hey, I'm doing this for science next year. Would anybody want to come do labs with us? And so I'd often get a couple of kids that would want to do labs with us. And so we would still be able to work through it together. So that is a really great way. They do have online classes through Apologia that you can do. This is Apologia's physics class by Jay Weil. So they do have online classes you can pay for to do this. And that may be a good option if you're not super mathy. Although the book does do a really great job of explaining step by step how to do things and how to do the problems. I do have a video doing an overview or review of this curriculum because this is one I can't ever find reviews of. This is the kind of stuff that I want to show mamas that this exists and what it looks like because it's hard to know what you're buying sometimes. 4th core is history. They are doing world history. So this is actually the teacher's book because I bought the teacher's books. So this they do at our co-op also. I bought the teacher's book because the teacher teaches this, lives an hour away. And so if the weather's bad, there's a chance she won't make it in, but we'd still have high school. And so if I have the teacher's books, I live really close to where we do our co-op. So we can always make sure they get there. They are actually doing, this is Rod and Staff, and they are doing the 7th and 9th grade books of this. They're skipping a few chapters that overlap and a few that are more church history. My 9th grader is actually doing those chapters along with some books on church history for a half of church history credit. So this is a Mennonite curriculum. So every once in a while there's a funny little question or thing that maybe is a little different than what we would view something as. But overall, it's been really good. It's laid out very nicely and easily as far as the chapters and what to read and what questions to answer and how to study for the test. And it has like little timelines in here. I know they're making a timeline for our co-op open house. So I'm not teaching this, so I don't have any huge reviews of this, but it's worked well for my kids. They've done well in it. They're doing the 2 books, but just pieces of the 2 books. So to make it a full credit for all the kids. Okay, so those are our 4 cores. And then he is also doing Spanish 2. having 2 credits of Spanish. We are using LifePack for him for Spanish. So this is the teacher's book, and then there's 10 individual little student books that the kids work through, and there's CDs for audio to listen to also. My daughter's currently doing Spanish 1. He did Spanish 1 and is on to Spanish 2. This is okay. I have not found anything that we just love for Spanish. We tried Monarch, which was okay, except it would have my daughter write these Spanish paragraphs that then I was supposed to grade, and I don't know Spanish. I took French in high school, so and even then I don't remember any of it. So this works okay. It gets the job done. How about that? It definitely gets the job done. If we had a kid that was super interested in foreign language, we would probably do classes through the Metro. Or maybe we did do Bob Jones online, and I think we liked that, but it just ended up being, the first year we did it was like $100, and that was great. Then the second year it was going to be like $400, and I told my daughter, I was like, if you really want it, I'll pay for it. But she's like, it wasn't that great. It was okay, but it wasn't that great. So I don't know if we'll use this again for my fourth child. So my first child did Monarch, Bob Jones, and then Monarch again. So she did 3 years she had 3 Spanish credits. My second child's getting 2 Spanish credits in, both using LifePack. And then my third child is doing LifePack, and I think she'll just continue with it. It may take her 3 years to get through the 2 credits of book, because it's just a little slow going. It is a lot of information and a lot of work if you're really studying and learning it. So because we don't want it to totally consume all our time, she may do it a little longer. This has been a challenge to get done, but that's okay. We're getting there, and we're working through it. Every subject, my kids are doing really well in math and science and some of those classes, but foreign language is one that's a little more dragging for us, and that's okay. Not every kid is going to excel at every subject, and we can only put so much time into each subject. So the LifePack definitely gets the job done. Then he also is doing a drama credit, or he did a drama credit. Technically half the credit was this year and half of it was last year, because I never counted last year's. So he has done plays through a local homeschool learning center place where you can sign up for individual classes, and totally different than the co-op we do where we all work together. So these are just classes you sign up for, and he signed up and auditioned and been part of several plays over this high school career. But between last year's play and this year's play, we have a full drama credit. And so that is his 6th credit for this year, is to finish that up. I was hoping to get to some computer coursework and some programming work, but we're really honing in on that calculus. And between that and the physics taking a fair amount of time, and the Spanish that we need to get done, and like I said, he's working quite a few hours, which is great because that is saving up money to pay for college. I am good with the course load and the work where we have it right now. And if he'll still graduate with 28 credits, or 29, may have been 29. Can't remember. I'd have to go recount. So if he has time, he might jump on and do some of the programming class, which I think would be really useful for him. But I'm not sure if we'll do it as a formal credit, or if this summer he'll just kind of play around with it some to learn as he goes. So we're at our senior year, and so you can see we kind of can see what needs to be wrapped up neat and tidy to get off to college and be in a good place. And so that's what he has left to finish up this high school career, and we will have graduation before too long, and off he goes. So this is what we've used for our senior year of high school this year, and I hope that's helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for joining us today. Please leave a comment if you have something else you'd like me to talk about, or you have any questions. Please hit the like button and subscribe to see more videos about what we do.